Moving on to EURAUD now, we are weeks away, or dare I say months away, from the completion of another ABCD pattern, and what we're waiting for is price to come to this horizontal level here, round about the 1 spot 600. This would be a very decent level which to sell the euro against the Canadian dollar, but we just need to wait for it to come to this level here. And if you just think of trading as if you're like a huntsman in the woods sharpening his blade for a very, very long time, waiting for its prey to jump over the fence, we are setting our trap at the moment by having an expectation as to what the market could do, and we have our eyes on the levels. And when we're tracking the trade, i.e. our enemy, that's half the battle. Having an awareness as to where price could potentially turn in advance of the market getting there. So as you can see here, we've got this movement to the upside, points A, B, C. Let's see where D could project. Okay, so we take measure A to B. There we go. And if we've got symmetry between the two, that's fantastic. Ah, yeah, great, we do. Around about this level here, which is the hard level of resistance. I mean, this level hasn't been broken since 2009. Remember, this is the weekly time frame, so this could be a fantastic point to sell the euro against the Canadian dollar and benefit from all this positive carry, given the interest rate in the Eurozone is 0 and the interest rate in Canada is about 2%, I believe. So going back to the ABCD pattern, points A, B, C, D, where it completes at this horizontal level where price hasn't broken. You can see that price last responded to this level all the way down there, and then more recently 2016 price went up here before going down, and we're just waiting for it to do exactly the same again. So we can expect, based on past performance or indeed behavior, that it will go down again. How far down? Nobody knows. But one thing is certain, is that if we do get price coinciding with this horizontal level, it will coincide with the completion of an ABCD pattern, and that is extremely powerful, ladies and gentlemen, when we see the completion of a ABCD pattern on a level which hasn't been broken, a strong level. There we go. Let's see, okay, how the Fibonacci works for this one. So you drag the Fibonacci first from points A to B. We can see that it's respected the 50% Fibonacci retracement. Okay, now we drag the Fibonacci down from points B to A, and we can see the 1.618, perfect, overlaps very nicely with or in the same zone as the level. So when I say zone, I mean that if things don't overlap perfectly to the pip, it doesn't matter as long as it's roughly in the same area. That is the main thing. So we can see that the level is rejected here. The ABCD pattern completes there, and the 1.618 completes here. Okay, you've got a lot of wiggle room where to place your trade. I mean, whether you're a price action based trader or indeed supply and demand. If you're a supply and demand trader and you want to essentially preempt a level of supply here, i.e. people who are realizing the value at which to sell, people holding euros and selling the Canadian dollar would look to sell around about here or just below the level. People who are a little bit safer and want the price action based confirmation would anticipate and hope for, pray for, dare I say, a bearish pin bar reversal either on the daily or the weekly time frame. Of course, there is a risk that might not happen because, you know, the market doesn't really care about what you or I want. It will just do its thing regardless. And I've said this a billion times before, but it's absolutely true. We could just see, like we saw before when the market did last test this level, it just shot up and shot down again. And this is one thing that you need to be aware of. The market could do that. So you don't want to miss the trade. So supply and demand traders, you'll be rewarded for taking the extra risk by having your sell order in the way of what could feel like an oncoming train. But hey ho, it's that old adage where there's risk, there's reward. And that is very, very pertinent. One thing that's interesting as well is this ABCD pattern. This market does seem quite prone to ABCD patterns because we've got one potentially forming there, but we've also got one, or we've seen evidence of one happening before, prior to this one forming. From 2015 to 2016, we had A, B, C, D in the completion point. So it seems to be a bit of a quirk when it comes to this market. So points A, B, C, USD. Okay, and currencies, various different currency pairs and asset classes do have their various quirks. Okay, so that is EURAUD.